Are they even worth it given that they're overpriced, or just get the AirPod Maxes 2 this year? But I really wasn't on waiting, so I got them. So I've questioned myself whether or not I should be getting these in 2024, given the fact that the second generation AirPod Max is possibly due to release. But I wasn't even trying to wait like that. So yes, I did spend a hefty price tag of 881 Canadian dollars. Prior to me getting these, there was a lot of people telling me about the weight of these headphones and how they actually feel on your head for a long period of time. Even though these are on the weightier side of things, coming in at 384 grams, they are still considerably heavier than any other popular headphones, such as the Sony XM4s coming in at 254 grams and the Bose 700s and 250 grams in itself. So you can see there's quite a big difference between all of them. Me personally, the weight only tends to kick in when I'm wearing it for an extensive period of time. It hasn't become a major issue for me, but from what I've read about and from what majority of people are saying, that the weight does kind of kick in over time and feel a bit heavy on your head. And this is gonna be interesting to know if the second generations come out this year, is there gonna be a weight adjustment with these new generation AirPods? The reason why I essentially got these as well is because it has that clean, minimalistic, and has that high quality feel to it. The bracket of the headphones is very sturdy in itself and also freely adjustable to fit the size of your head. This mesh at the top distributes the weight very well. I'm going to take out the case here, and the aluminium cups feel very sturdy. So given the price that I paid, I would be expecting things like this. These ear cups, as you can see, if I take this off, these are interchangeable, so you could just mix and match any particular colorways that you would like. When I used to wear previous headphones, I generally felt that when I wear glasses, they tend to push in the side of my head and it doesn't really feel too comfortable. Given that these are soft, comfortable, and I don't really have that problem, so I can still wear these for a long period of time. I have small ears and they do tend to hurt them after a while. They end up feeling like achy when I'm wearing them, then I just gotta like put them over my neck and just have a break here and there. That's probably more of an issue for me than the particularly weight over my head, because I don't like wear it for like 8 hours consecutively. I kind of have breaks here and there, so the weight in itself isn't really a problem for me. If you are looking to use these for any particular activity that essentially makes you sweat, I would recommend actually putting a protector over it, as it will just absorb that sweat and then it's not really gonna smell too nice. But overall, they're extremely deep, which is very important. Providing plenty of room around your ears brings a number of benefits, from effective weight distribution to making noise cancellation easier to accomplish. Moving on to the smart case, which is probably the most controversial thing about this purchase given the price that I paid. I would have expected a bit more protection with these headphones. As you can see, I can just easily fold these in half and do what I will with it. And the main purpose of this is literally just to put it to sleep and then eventually turn it off to preserve any battery. On the protection side, it does not protect it whatsoever, other than preventing scratches from getting on the metal part of it. Other than that, the headband will still be open, and if an unfortunate situation happens, as things happen in life, and something actually pierces this mesh, then you're essentially done for. So in order to combat that, I end up buying a travel case, which is still hefty in itself. Like if I have a small bag, I can't just put it in my small bag. If I have a bigger rucksack, then yes, it will fit, but it will take up a bit of space. So it's just easier for me to actually protect my investment that I made in these headphones. Now let's move on to connecting it to your iOS devices when you essentially first get them. Yes, they can work on Androids, you'll just lose some features. Now my first time pairing these was a breeze, just like any other Apple devices. Hold the headphones next to the device I would like to connect, wait for the box to pop up, hit connect, and then you're essentially good to go. After that, it will be synced with all your devices that are connected to the same iCloud. You have that seamless listening experience. So if I'm playing some music on my iPad, it will automatically connect. If I didn't stop that and play on my iPhone, it will just transition over in a matter of seconds. I think that's a great feature that it has. Audio quality. This is one of the main reasons why I even bought these headphones in the first place. Yes, you could say there are other ones that probably do better things or feel more comfortable, etc., but I am, so to speak, an Apple fanboy, and most of my stuff that I have is Apple. We're gonna start with spatial audio. This is basically surround sound. So just imagine having multiple speakers placed around your head while you're listening to music or even watching any movie in itself. Me personally, I don't like using spatial audio when it comes to listening to music, as I feel like it just doesn't really sit right with me when I'm looking left and I can hear the music coming from that particular location as well. Like, I just want that standard clean listening experience. But when it comes to movies, you feel a part of it. I might be exaggerating a little bit, but the audio on that does sound great when you're watching movies with spatial audio enabled. Without that, the audio is crisp and clear. It's great for like most listeners who just want a standard listening experience. I don't hear any harsh noises or distorting when I turn up to like a higher volume. Originally, when I first got these, I thought I can adjust the EQ levels, just to make it a bit more bassy, but I can't. It still has a satisfactory amount of bass when you listen to certain tracks anyway. And while I have this on, depending on my particular environment, I like to use noise cancellation quite a bit. The active noise cancellation on these are great. And this is important because the better your headphones are blocking noise out from getting to your ear, the better chances your headphones will sound as good as they can. So if you're sitting in a cafe, you're working at home when builders are doing any renovations or just whatever it may be, I think you'll be satisfied for the amount of noise that essentially blocks out. I think I even used it once on the airplane when I heard a baby crying. I literally just had to sit on a plane, turn on noise cancellation, and just zone out for that whole plane ride. The button at the top here toggles the noise control modes: transparency mode and active noise cancellation. I would recommend just leaving it on transparency mode if you're just wearing it casually out and about, going about your day. For anyone that's kind of interested to go a little bit deeper and to understand how it works, it just amplifies external sound to match what you're listening to instead of just completely cancelling them out. It uses the microphones to do so, to bring in that external sound. Now, since we're on the topic of microphones, don't even bet on it if you're looking to get a good microphone with this Apple AirPod Max. It's good for standard use if you're on a phone call or whatnot, but it's not the best out there. I'll just probably stick to using this when it comes to listening to music or movies, but if I have to, I'll use them for any other audio purposes because the end user still wouldn't have a problem hearing you. It's just not the greatest sound. However, the playback quality when you actually hear people is still good on that end of things. Moving on to the battery life. Considering that you can't really turn these off unless you put it in a smart case, you would assume that the battery life wouldn't be too great, as it just continuously on, just burning battery, but it can actually last up to 20 hours. I won't be surprised if Apple just has to push out update and degrade the battery life on these in order for you to kind of push you to get the second gen AirPod Maxes that are supposedly coming out this year. Other than that, I've had these for quite a while now and I haven't really had an issue with the battery life. I think this is purely because I just don't have it constantly on my head listening to music. Sometimes I may put it down, hang it over my neck, but even so, it still lasts me throughout the whole day. I can leave from morning, come back in the evening, and it'll still be alive. Now, user experience. Even though these do tend to fall on the heavier side of things, this does not mean they're only made for you to wear them indoors. I've seen people wear them for all different types of occasions. Keep in mind that these can't fold like your other regular headphones. As you can see, it has this sturdy look, still very flexible and maintains its shape. It just cannot fold in, so you can easily pack them away. So it doesn't really make it ideal when it comes to actually using them and wearing them on a day-to-day basis. You have to just either, as I said before, hold them around your neck, put them on top of your head, or just see if you can just squeeze them in the bag. I don't think Apple are even going to make a change to make them foldable. That's probably like the least of their worries in terms of the new features that the second gen should have. Overall, would I say I regret this purchase? Most definitely not. Would I get the second gen AirPod Maxes? Probably not as well. For the most part, I'm completely happy with these. Wasn't too happy with the price initially that I essentially paid for it. I would recommend, if you don't want to spend that amount, look for any refurbished headphones that will probably go for like near enough 600 Canadian dollars. You'll still have that great listening experience. I probably use this for like 90% of my day. I feel like it's just easier opposed to just having AirPods in my ear, and sometimes they just fall out from jogging or whatnot. So this is probably like one of my favorite purchases this year. Thank you for watching the video, and I will catch you in the next one.